And it's time to start. Hey, and welcome to this session where the technique is not with us. So we will do a click on the computer. Great. So welcome to this session where we will present how we in service management and operations in IKEA are bringing do-it-yourself or self-service to our coworkers. IKEA was founded 1943 by Ingvar Kamprad, and we're known for our blue boxes, our products, our flat packs, and of course our tongue-twisting product names that make some of our customers claim that they sound like the Swedish chef in Muppet Show. Our vision is to create a better everyday life for the many people, and our business idea is to offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing products at a price so low that the many can afford it. And with that business idea, it really means that we need to make sure that we are operational efficient everywhere in IKEA. If you stick with us for these 30 minutes, the key takeaways that we hope that you will get is how we reduce mean time to resolve in IT Service Desk with 56%. We will talk a bit about our learnings when it comes to boost adoption, how we measure the value of our AI initiatives, and the roadmap 6 months ahead. I'm Hanna Walter-Krantz, and I'm Service Management and Operations Manager at IKEA Group.
And I am Andreas Ornberg. I'm the IT Service Desk Manager.
IKEA is one brand, but it's many companies. And we are working together to make sure that IKEA become more affordable, accessible, and sustainable than ever before. As you can see here, IKEA Group is where me and Andreas is coming from. IKEA Group have the role as a global franchisee. We are designing and developing, we're sourcing and distribution the range. We have 12 franchisees around the globe. The biggest one is IKEA Group, which is the one here in the US, for instance. They have 90% of our stores across IKEA. And we have in total, among all the franchisees, around 480 stores. Why I'm showing this picture is to say that IKEA Group have one service management and operations organization, one IT organization, but all the franchisees have their own IT organizations, their own service desk, their own service management platforms. These are today not well integrated. So when we as a franchisor is delivering digital services to our franchisees, the experience when it comes to support, not that great. So this is just to put it in a bit of a context of where we are today and how our world when we talk about IKEA value chain. How many IKEA customers do we have here today? Lovely. And how many of you have assembled our furnitures? Almost an equal amount of hands. And the final question, how many of you are professional carpenters? 0. Good. That's the thing with IKEA. We had our view on how to make it as easy as possible for our customers in an early stage. We actually introduced our flat packs back in the 1950s, and it started with one of our designers who was trying to get a bulky table into his car for a photo shoot. And he couldn't get it in, so he thought, what if I remove the legs? That solved a problem for Gillis, but it sparked an idea that became huge for our business idea. Because with the flat pack, we managed to get our customers to bring home the products themselves. We made it possible for them to build our products, and it saved cost when it came to shipping as well as transportation damage. So we've done a good job when we think about customer experience, But when we look at it 70 years later, for the customer experience, we're not that great. So that is what we now have in our view. This is something we need to think of when it comes to service management operations. How do we bring Gillies thinking when it came to the coworker experience or customer experience to the coworker experience? When I took the assignment to build a global service management and operations capabilities for IKEA Group, we started with a number of challenges. We had 5 service desks. We had 5 service management platforms, different ways of working across the business. There were no overview of what kind of services we were offering to our coworkers. And of course, our vision now is to consolidate, to have one global service desk, to have one service management platform that is then integrated with our franchisees so that we can also deliver digital services to our franchisees, and have one common view of all the services that we're actually having in IKEA Group. During this journey, we also, of course, started with a number of suppliers that was supporting all the 5 different service desk and platforms. We have now consolidated and have one strategic partner who is helping us in our scope. So the same partner is supporting us in our service desk, managing and developing our platform, and helping us to develop and operate in our processes. In our build-up to scale out our capability, we realized that we need to put the end user, the coworker, in focus. So we're doing it with a couple of lead words. Make it easy. It should be super easy for an end user to work in our tools. It should be easy to find or report our problems. In the best of the worlds, they should be able to do it where they are. They shouldn't have to go in and look for a different portal. They should be able to report it in whatever applications they're accessing. We want to make it proactive because the best support is, of course, the support you don't know happened, that the problem didn't occur. So we need to change it from reactive to proactive. Make it better together. If you remember the map of IKEA Group and our franchisees, we will only be successful if we work across IKEA value chain. This is a huge collaborative activity that requires many in our value chain. And make it efficient. It's all about saving time for our customers or our coworkers. It's making sure that we reduce cost. And of course, we're going to use AI to help us in this journey. Before handing over to Andreas, I will also say that when we got this assignment and we started to look at the different service management platforms that we had a couple of ServiceNow platforms, but we agreed that they were customized and we needed to start from scratch. So we have built a new ServiceNow instance. Out of the box is really our lead word, which I'm sure many of you know how challenging that is because there are a lot of requirements from business stakeholders that they're special. Commonality and uniformity is our lead word. Okay. Andreas.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Start speaking, or we might...
Is it? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Andreas, IT Service Desk Manager. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the journey that we are on. As Hannah mentioned, we have a new partner that was onboarded 6 months ago and took over 1 hour service desk 6 months ago. And the results that we have seen so far is that we have mean time to resolve, reduction with 56%. We have increased the first contact resolution with 31%. So far, we have used 4,301 AI functions. We have worked a lot with shift left initiative in the service desk. Consolidate 3 out of 5 service desks. So the journey is still on. And of course, do-it-yourself experience is key to succeed. This is how it looked like before. 2 years ago, me and my colleagues sat down and say, how does the support flow look like? we painted this picture high level, and as you can see, it's quite messy. Really poor coworker experience, a lot of questions, who should I contact and when? Long waiting times, working in silos, you have service desk working there, a service desk working there, they had their own ways of working, not easy, and broken processes. As you can see here in the blue, there was one integration that we had between all our ServiceNow instance, and it was for incidents. So if we should send over a request to another instance, we had to manually create a request to an incident to be able to send it over. And of course, they didn't like to receive incident as request, so they had to send it, create it as a request and so on. Broken processes. So, yeah, challenge. We want one service desk, and this is the support flow that we want to have. One inter-IKEA service desk, and each franchisees have their own service desk, and where we have full integration with incident, request, change, problem, but knowledge. We want to share the knowledge. Why should they create knowledge articles there as well when we're using the same system? So that is what we aim for. So one new global service desk, open 24/7, standardized ways of working, and also new channels. New voice system, we have the new portal, and a new chat. And of course, automate as much as possible when it comes to processes. Also seamless integration between the different product teams. Before, a lot of tickets went from one product team to the service desk, so we could send it over to another one. Now, it works seamless, no matter where you are. And of course, focus on coworker experience. So we have started to have this do-it-yourself via the chat and the portal. Put a lot of effort in creating new knowledge articles, user guides and so on, so they can directly solve it from there. We have implemented survey and feedback in the portal. Of course, when tickets get resolved, in the chat, if you have had a live session with an agent, automatically you can rate the chat with smileys. So we can follow up on that. KB articles, rating there as well. We can put comments, so we are following up on all of that, and right now building a dashboard so we can see it in one place. Shift left, also we have worked on. I will come in a little bit more to that. Teams integration with the chat is also something that we want to do, so we can be where the users are. I don't think it's very good that you go to a portal to start the chat. Everyone within IKEA has team running in the background, so they easily can connect with the service desk. We have also developed an app, and it's also connected to this Make It Easy that you mentioned, Hannah, that we want to be where the users are. So we developed an app, in the ServiceNow app, that we call Integrate Now, and implement that in 2 applications. It's in SAP and our learning portal. So you have a button with help. So if you're working in the system and have problems, you can just click on that, a pop-up window, you can fill in whatever problems you have, submit it, and it automatically gets routed to the right resolving team. But not only that, it also takes a screenshot of your picture, the URL where you are, so the one who's going to resolve the ticket get all the information that they need.
Maybe we should mention that problem, the problem that we were solving with that one was also that our biggest franchisee, IKEA, were working in our old ServiceNow instance, reporting on a service that we offered, a digital service, My Learning. They were in our portal reporting incidents, but in fact, they should be working in their own ServiceNow portal, and we should be working in ours. And then, of course, that came up, that there was always already this user experience, that they were working in a portal. They didn't have to go and think about what portal to report from an end user. So that's why we developed this, to also make sure that an incident doesn't by default go to IKEA's portal, but if it's an Inca coworker, it goes to Inca's. And that way they have a registered incident that they can also see happen. So we were also faced with that in our old setup, that the franchisees sometimes went to Inca's service desk to log some things and sometimes to ours. So it was quite messy for them, and they didn't really have an insight into all their tickets that their end users had reported. So it's about really setting the foundation of making sure that everyone is empowered to see the data from their own coworkers. So a franchisee should be able to see what kind of incidents they have logged on services that IKEA is delivering to them.
Great. Yes, onboarding time. As I mentioned before, November, the new partner took over the first service desk. December, we consolidated the second service desk. February, the third, and by the end of August, we are going to consolidate 4 and 5. So by 1st of September, there will be one global service desk for into IKEA. And maybe the timeline looks quite long, but it's quite challenging to do this, I can say. Not easy. We have also went live with some AI functions for the service desk. Already in September, for the new portal, we had the AI search in the portal in the chat, so it should make it easier for the end users to find what they're looking for. We implemented incident summarization, so it's really good for the agents because the tickets goes, from one instance to another one and so on, so the notes are quite long. So now you can just summarize it and you get it shortly, as well with the SLA, so they can see directly how long time you have to resolve the tickets and so on. Resolution notes generation, we also implemented in December. And in February, we implemented chat reply recommendation and chat summarization, because in February, we went live with our chat. So we haven't been live with the chat for that long. And March, Now Assist panel in ServiceNow as well for the agents, so they can see all of the AI features in one place and search there and so on. So, yeah. And was everything perfect then? No. We had a dashboard where we're monitoring the AI usage. So when we went live with all of this, we were like, yay, finally we got AI functions, and no one was using it. We have sent out email to the service desk. We had meetings with the service desk. No. So how do we move forward from there? So we were thinking a lot. So we started a super user network in the service desk. We found out 8 agents that were a little bit more interested in AI and so on. So we built a team with them. Said like, this is the super user network that we have. And we called for a meeting. And of course, we started asking, why are you not using it? And they couldn't really answer why didn't you use it. Because old ways of working, changing, not easy. So we had new training for them, explained a lot like why they should use it and why it's been useful for them and so on. And we started this the beginning of March, the super user network. And we also said, you are our ambassadors here now. So we want you also to go out to the other agents and talk and teach and learn, and see the benefit. And 1 week after, increased with 65% usage. So super good. And we have also decided now that all new AI functions should always go via the super user network. They should want to test it. And we're working in sprint, 2-week sprint. So they test it for 2 weeks. Then we have a follow-up meeting, and then we can discuss how we move on from there. So far, we have used the AIs 4,301 times and saved 140 hours. And of course, we measure, how much money we save as well. But yeah. And we haven't expanded to the other product teams yet. It's just the service desk who's using it. So in this journey, we need to expand it as well. And now we know it's not easy. It's not easy. But we have taken some good learnings now, how we can move forward with that.
We also know that these functions the product teams really want them. So we have some of the teams who are really hunting us to get their hands on. So hopefully the adoption rate will be a bit easier when it comes to that. But yes.
Process mining. I don't know how many have used that.
Hands up. Any who's using process mining?
Super powerful. We start compare the happy flow against our real flow. This is how it looks like. Then we start questioning ourselves. What are we doing? We can improve in a lot of areas. So we saw there was a lot of, the case handling in the service desk was not proper. It was not correct. There was a lot of agents who didn't follow the ways of working. So we can actually go out and train and teach them how to do it. We could find the root cause of it. We also could find a lot of shift left initiative. We saw that a lot of tickets that comes in about Office 365 was just log and dispatch, and we're like, why? So we started to talk a lot to the product team for Office 365, and then we can do shift left. So now we have increased the first contact resolution there as well. What I like with process management, process mining is it comes up and we prioritize what you should look into. But it's not only doing that, it's also to get fixes how to solve it. And that is really good. So I still remember a year ago, you sat with exporting data into Excel file, and then you were filtering to try to understand where the problem is and so on. Just click on a button, 30 seconds later, so you get the result. The result, we went from the mean time to resolve from 12.2 days we had before, when I look at those 3 service desks. We are down to 4.2 in the service desk. I'm super happy about that. It's still too high, but we have done a good job so far.
The trend is right.
The trend is right. First contact resolution in the service desk has increased with 31%. Was 38. We are 69. Happy, not satisfied. We can do it better. Other challenges in our journey. I talked about adoption about AI, poor knowledge, data quality. We were under a lot of time pressure as well for a go live and so on.
Still are under a lot of time pressure.
Still are. So we took a decision, let's copy over a lot of KBs from the old ServiceNow instance into our new without doing a really proper cleanup. Now could have done it better, maybe, or because that resulted that the agents got the wrong information. We want to do it yourself. So when a user went to our portal and chat and sometimes received wrong phone number, wrong link, maybe wrong information, and so we need to start up a cleanup project to sort this out, and we're almost done there. So, but that was also something that we take with us for the next consolidations.
Yeah, and it was a mindful decision. We did still have a quite strong timeline when it comes to really migrating all the service desks by end of August this year. So then you have to kind of, is it time or quality? In this case, it was time, and then we will fix the quality afterwards.
Yeah.
So that is what we're doing. We are working on it at the same time. But we didn't let the data quality stop us.
Catalog items. I don't know how many times we have talked about catalog items and record producers within IKEA. We had a lot of different instances. Most of those catalog items were customized with script and everything, and was mainly working for maybe one core business, not the whole of IKEA. So go and talk to all the different service owners and explain that we need to redo your catalog item. And they are, of course, questioning us a lot. Why? I don't know. It's working. No, it will not work. So it took much, much longer time than we thought. So that has been a big challenge, I think. But we moved on. We are almost there. So quite low maturity of OCM, Organizational Change Management, in the beginning. Now we have that in place to work with the different product teams and when we're onboarding and how we should inform. Big difference. So key takeaway. This also resulted in longer time from you have an idea to implementation and so on. But we're getting there. And out of the box. What is out of the box? We are saying it's going to be out of the box. And of course, everyone is questioning, what is out of the box? Oh, really hard to answer. I don't know. Sometimes, no, you cannot talk because it's not out of the box. You hear every day in IKEA. But not many can explain exactly what it is. What's ahead? In the service desk, we have done this roadmap with AI for the next 6 months. Knowledge creation is something we're looking into right now. So when you have resolved a ticket and it's resolved, you can automatically create a KB from it, and it just takes some seconds. We have skill-based assignment in the service desk. Today, we still a lot of manual dispatching the tickets between the different agents. With this, it automatically goes to the right agent. Multi-language support, even if English is the business language within IKEA, there is a lot of people who prefer to write in their own local language. So this is also to increase the co-worker experience, so they can write in their own local language. Similar incident recommendation, I really like that. It actually come up with suggestions, if a service desk agent receive a ticket, if there has been a similar ticket in the past, you can see that, how it was resolved and so on, so they easily can solve the ticket quicker, and also maybe create a knowledge article from it. AI-driven routing is also something that we are looking into, so the tickets goes automatically to the right assignment group. Very nice function. And of course, AI agents that everyone is talking about. But we also decided that we only have a roadmap for 6 months because things changing so fast. So if you ask me 2 months from now, I don't know if it looks exactly like this, for sure. But this is the plan that we are having in front of us. And then I would like to end with a quote from our founder, Ingvar Kamprad. Most things remain to be done. Glorious future.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.